Nothing. Like couldn't smile enough, couldn't be nice enough, couldn't use wisdom and kind words enough. Everything I did was met with this deep antagonism, and I had not experienced this before. And at that point, I'd done at least 15 years of having conversations across difference in different settings. And I could not figure out why is it that everything that's ever worked before wasn't working in this Facebook group. I was used to talking to conservatives. I was used to talking to people who maybe were not looking to change their theology. So I knew I wasn't quietly signaling that I wanted to change people's theology, but I was constantly getting tagged as you're trying to force us into something and you're trying to attack Christian values. And I'm like, I'm a Christian, I'm a worship leader, I'm invested in this, and this is also my experience. And I'm just talking about my own experience. So why is this so upsetting to you? If we fast forward a bit, the person who founded this group um, became especially antagonistic of me. He began to jump in on any topic that I discussed. He would jump in and say, "Oh, Darren thinks he's the most woke in the room." And I'm like, "Have you ever listened to anything I ever said? Like, where do you get this?" And it came to the point that he started as an admin deleting my posts. What is the expectation for our group? Well, it's not that you can't post every day. It's just you just shouldn't post so much. And it was like, well, what am I posting too much of? It was like, well, everything's not about race. And I was like, I'm talking about my experience. I don't get to have a time where I'm not black. I don't know if you noticed. And the ways that I was being moderated kept escalating to the point that if I were just having a conversation with somebody else and it was a pleasant conversation, he would come in and start making fun of me in the comments. It was like, what is going on? And so I would message some of the other admins because I was like, do you see this? Am I the only one who's seeing this? And they're like, yeah. I can't believe he would do that. He's such a nice guy. And it's like, well, can you say something to him about it? No, I don't want to do that. He's the founder of the group. It's his group. It was like, but you agree that he's doing something that at minimum seems out of character and unjustified, but you won't say anything about it. And so that went on to the point that it became kind of consuming for me. And in retrospect, I would say I was being gaslit by the atmosphere of those admins and that particular administrator, because what they were doing was what you see isn't really what you see, but it keeps happening, and you know that it's happening, but you're telling me nothing's happening. And this is one of the ways that we can kind of get wrapped into giving more of ourselves and going back and forth with people and or questioning our own thoughts, because other people have other things that's going on for them that they then project onto us.